can spin how I spin.
Because your mindset, bro.
Yeah, it's my
People
mindset
don't
and my
understand the
exposure.
importance of that mindset, bro.
Yeah.
And what you feed your mind is everything, bro.
Everything. Bro.
Like, I tell people this all the time. Like, just like how you got to eat and you got to feed your stomach, you go to the gym and you hit the weights, you got to do the same with your mind.
What's up with it, man? It's the boy Pushman Mitch, host of the No Fluff Podcast, man. I'm in here with a crazy episode about to come to you. I got some of my brothers in here, my literal brother and my homie JV. We about to get busy. We got Run Plays with me, you know what I'm saying? And we got JV, the CEO, aka that boy who get busy. Anything to do with restaurants, you feel me? So what's up with y'all boys, man? What's going on? What's the word?
What's going on, man?
It's good.
Just trying to grind.
Exactly, man. Yeah, man, I know I had to get y'all on the episode because I want people to be really hearing the real raw stuff about what go on in businesses. You in particular, you got 2 master's degrees in business.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
you
indeed.
run own a couple restaurants, and you got a new one coming out now, cigar bar too, right?
For sure.
Okay, cool. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let y'all just tell everybody what y'all got going on right now and who y'all are, and then we'll move on to the flow of the show. So, Sean,
kick it off, dog.
Hey, yo, what's good? My name is Run Plays with me, and listen, I teach operations. I know everything about business operations, and sometimes a lot of people get away from trying to set up their operations in a way where they don't even have to be in their business. That's my goal, to teach people how to run their operations so it runs smoothly. So when they're away from their business, they ain't gotta worry about it. They can be confident in all their staff, their policies, their procedures, their standard operating procedures that they need to set in place. And if you ain't got those set in place, you need to start getting them set in place right now.
damn. Okay then, JV.
For sure, man. I'm JV CEO, man. I own the #1 seafood restaurant in Buckhead right now. It's called the Boiler Seafood. Got a couple new ventures I'm working on right now. Got a cigar bar coming up, 2 fine dining restaurants, Asian fusion, things to that nature. I got a course I just dropped, Morehouse grad. Shout out to all my HBCUs.
Hard.
Yeah, so.
Hard. Yo, see, y'all boys got degrees and shit. I'm the only one who ain't got a fucking degree. So I be feeling kind of inadequate when I'm around niggas like y'all. So, pardon me when I actually fuck with y'all a little bit. If y'all fuck up on words and shit, I gotta fuck with y'all. Because y'all niggas got degrees. Y'all HBCU grads and shit. Sure. Nigga, I remember Sean was on the dean's list, so I know he was getting ace and shit. I never been book smart, though. I was always resourceful. That's why I knew I was going to be successful, because I was always resourceful. I would get shit done. Like, when it came to school, I would befriend the right people, make the right relationships.
Sure.
Like, if I ain't know how to do chemistry, nigga, I got a bad chick in the class, she gonna definitely turn me up. Or I just get one of the dudes who in the class who's smart. But, so is it a difference? Like, did y'all notice a difference, like, in pay and maybe respect, like, when y'all got y'all degrees, or was it just the same?
For me, I think, because I got my degrees because I always told myself I was going to get them. And then once I got one master's degree, I was just like, I might as well get another one, because I was thinking of trading, professions and going to teaching more. But as far as with jobs and nothing, it really wasn't no different for me, because I worked in law enforcement for the most part. And they, they gave me good pay, I guess. But it was based on more experience rather than school.
For sure. So, man, I was playing basketball in college, so I was on a full ride scholarship, so that helped me get the degree. And to answer your question, I don't even see no difference, honestly. Like, I learned a lot from being in college, and I networked a lot, still what I do to this day. But as far as just day to day, I learned way more in the field and in real life than what I learned in school, for real.
That's important, because people don't understand that part. Like, a lot of people, because we all got to unlearn and relearn everything. Because when I was growing up, I knew for a fact that I felt like if I wanted to get some paper, I had to go to college after high school.
For sure.
So, and they felt like, and they would release all of these stats and shit. They'd be like, oh, the person who gets a degree makes this much more than the person who don't got a degree. A person who got a diploma make this much more than the person who don't got a diploma. So when I didn't get my degree, because I went to school, I played ball and shit, and then I left immediately. Little bro went and played ball in New Mexico, and then he was like, yeah, I'm just going to, he stopped playing ball and just still going to school, though.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, I don't like doing no work. I ain't never liked doing schoolwork. I was more of I was already working. So even when I was playing ball and shit, I was already working. I had like every type of job.
That's
so,
true.
I was working, my first job was like 14. I was working bagging groceries. So I already knew that I can, I know how to work jobs. And it wasn't like it's nothing special about that. But the piece that I really tapped into was that when I started to make a lot of money, the people who was in the rooms with me that was making crazy money, none of them had degrees.
And that's funny, because all the people that I went to school with all the people that was head of the class and things to that nature.
Yeah.
They all hit me up, asking me questions and pointers and things to that nature. And I don't take school away from nobody. I
Right.
tell all my youngest,
Yeah.
hey, go to college, at least give it a shot, whether it's a year, you know what I'm saying, 2 years, because you do meet a lot of good people around that road. But I feel like those 4 or 5 years that I was in school, I feel like I kind of got set back a little bit because I feel like I'd be way ahead of time as far as financially if I didn't do that for them 4 or 5 years. But I wouldn't take it back for nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I'd do it the same way. But the things we learn in school, man, is good. But I've majored in business management. I got a minor in sales. I'm big on business right now. The things that I'm going through right now with the restaurants and just being a mogul, they ain't teaching none of that in school.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean? So it's not like they set you up for failure, but you learn way more with experiences.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so the thing about it, in school, you learn it from a professor 9 times out of 10 or out of a curriculum. And they teaching you about business. But then when you get see, this is my thing that I wish I been knew.
Yeah.
I wish I been knew that if you go get a mentor coming back from where you trying to go, then it'll fast pace you straight to wherever you want to be at, because
that's the cheat code.
You going to your professor asking him about $1 million dream business type stuff, and he telling you answers out of the book. Hey, what the book say?
Right.
Yo, if you do, you remember you got to do projections and stuff like that in school. You got to make up your business plan, all of that stuff, the technical stuff.
Right.
But we know that the technical stuff is just to get funding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes it's not even needed, because if you got relationships, you damn near can get that funding from your homie. You might be like, I might find him, he already in position where financially, where I got the credit, he got the finances. And we might collab with that just because that's what we got to work with and we cool with each other. And then you might have a whole other back end that we need, and we can just work together and get it done. But the thing, I didn't know that. I was just like, yo, I got to get a degree, because then I will learn how to do all this stuff. But really, I could just find a dude, he a multi-millionaire. Dude say, look, man, pay me $20K, man, I'll teach you how to make $20K tomorrow. And that's what really happened, with me. I got a mentor, bro. When I got a mentor, I'll never forget it. I talked to my mentor for maybe, I want to say 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. It wasn't strategy, 20 minutes. It was just candid conversation like we talking right now.
Right.
And boy told me how to make 100. And I left the next day and ran up a bag. Literally just candid conversation. So then just think, all I could think about was damn, what if I'm around him all the time? What type of stuff am I learning? And then you start learning about getting in rooms. You start learning about that type of thing. But if I knew the mentor play when I was 18, I would have found me a couple bulls and just ran to play like that, because just thinking about where I'm at now and seeing how far I am now, just think about if I started then, I would have been, niggas wouldn't be able to get in the room with the boy. I'd be like, what you mean? We talking about...
In school, they don't tell you none of that type of stuff.
No.
All my years in school, they ain't never tell me one time about credit. Then I jump out in the real world and...
That's the thing you need, right?
No, for sure.
But school is kind of an illusion, because you got the illusion as a student that your teacher has been through these things. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So that's why we grow up to want to go to school to learn from these different people. But the school curriculum is so... they all on the same pace as far as
everybody learning the same thing, and we not the same.
So that is hindering you, and it's going it changes your learning curve when you get out in the real world. Because now like you said, you got to relearn everything all over again.
Yeah, and it also depends what field you in. Like us, the entrepreneur field, school and everything like that, I'm not big on it. But as far as being a doctor or something, where you
yeah,
lawyer and things to that nature, then I feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, yeah, those were profession based. So when you not on that time, it's a little different.
Right.
If you really literally just lawyer, doctor, different type of fields of doctors and stuff like that, or a dentist or a specialist, all those type of things. If it ain't that, shit, we can own a damn doctor. I can own a doctor's office right now and don't have to have
no type of degree at all.
PhD, nothing. I can literally own a practice and just hire a doctor. That's the crazy thing. But you don't even think like that or know that when you coming up. What you mean you can have a doctor's office? I could just open it and hire doctors.
No, sure.
Get all the certifications I need, whatever the insurance is, any business. Open my own practice. I can open my own dentist place. I don't got to be a dentist. But we don't think like that. People going to be saying, what right now? But I didn't understand it until I started getting around people who are founders and CEOs. They can do whatever. I can do whatever I want. Just like we doing a podcast. I got rental car companies, credit repair companies.
No, for sure.
I got online businesses, offline. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's your mindset changes when you're around people who are doing things versus like people who are teaching you stuff out of a book. And then everybody learn the same thing, and we all learn different. Some people are visual learners. Some people got to be hands on. Imagine me reading a damn book and then having to write a review on some. I ain't gonna never learn the information. I swear. So that's the thing. But you know, school is cool. I think the networking piece in college was the best thing.
That's the
high school, like automatically you put somebody in a public school or an environment around a lot of people and force them to grow up around them. You really get real life experiences about how the real world gonna be.
Right. I ain't gonna lie, that networking tool, man.
Yeah.
That was the very writing when I was in school, and I use that still today. Like every room I go in, from every class, like I always knew everybody in the class.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? From the person who never come, from the person who always there, and I always built that relationship with them. Right. Even with my professors, like they all knew me on a first name basis because of course they was my professors. But in the big colleges, a lot of times the professors don't know you on a first name basis.
True.
I made it my job to be like, hey, you're gonna know who JV is. Right. I'm gonna come talk to you before class, after class. I'm gonna come to your office, do whatever I gotta do to make sure you know if I ever need something like, hey, I don't know what's going on with X, Y, and Z. Show me. Exactly. You know what I mean? So
that's a key piece. See, me, I know I got to do that type of stuff because I ain't going to be able to get the grades. So I already know that I got to get the teacher to like me. I remember I passed trigonometry in high school, and I swear I had algebra 1 and trigonometry at the same time in high school. Like literally, like block A would be trigonometry in my first class, and then in my 8th period, I had fucking algebra at the same time. Well, I'm a senior.
It's tearing you up.
I was like, yo, I don't know. I was like, don't you need algebra to even do trigonometry? But my thing is, I passed because I would get good, and with the teachers, where they would give me extra time or let me do it again or that type of stuff because I understood the swag. Like I already was peeping game, like how you get things done. You start to get, it's not just what you know, it's who you know for real. Mm-hmm. So it's like y'all know that's the same thing. So when it comes to business, like where has been a time where y'all felt like you wouldn't have got a deal if you ain't know people in the room? You wouldn't have got a deal done. Like it couldn't have been done by yourself. You luckily had your face card clean, so this dude put you in the situation. Yeah. Like how many times did that happen to y'all where you're like, damn, I wouldn't even have had it?
A lot of times.
For real? So look,
that's my current situation.
For real?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
With the 2 spots that I just got, I got them off just a basketball conversation. Literally, I know I told you about it before, but literally we was at the gym playing in Georgia Tech. My guy was like, man, what you do? I was like, on the boiler seafood. So, you know, him and all his buddies came to the boiler. We all chopped it up. And he was like, man, you know, my dad, best friend, he's a big mogul right here in Midtown and in Buckhead. He owned a lot of these buildings. I said, for real? He took me right over to the buildings. Next thing you know, a couple months later, I ended up signing two leases. So got them deals locked in, all off networking and just being who I am. You know what I'm saying? Just chopping it up with somebody on the basketball court. Hey, y'all come eat at the restaurant. You know, here go a couple drinks, things to that nature. And next thing you know, it helped me position myself to close on 2 multi-million-dollar deals. So
crazy. Let's talk about this though too. Let's talk about like the things you do to build the relationships, like organically. Like even the gesture you made, like, oh, I gave him a couple drinks. Yeah. Like a lot of people don't understand the free play.
Right.
People really don't understand the free play, like when it comes to networking and building relationships and building rapport. Because me, like, I extend like gestures to people who I can tell got the right energy. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to just be going out giving free everything. I'm not going to just go, oh yeah, everybody get free drinks on me. Nah, it's just like, you can tell when somebody energy is right and you want to make that situation a situation where it's organic and y'all build. You're like, oh, don't worry about it. I got you on this one. And those type of things go a long way. People never, especially people who don't ask.
It's the unwritten rule.
People who don't ask you. I didn't got so many deals, man, just based off of somebody came up to me with the right type of conversation, and then I extended a gesture for free just because I like how they was moving. And then later on, it's not because you're doing it for it, but you just putting out the energy in the world that you want to get back, and it just automatically happens. Like it's crazy how many times it happened. But when you do anything for free, like I was telling my girl, like I told my girl, like, yo, like you do. She's a fitness instructor, like she's a trainer. Yeah. So I said, look, why don't you just do it for free? Like I said, why don't you just have something every month for free? Yeah. And invite everybody out there. You know what I mean? You got your charge clients that you take. You got all these things you do, but invite people to come train with you for free. Make it a big deal where you show off your clothing line, where you show off your bands, all that. Every month you do this thing. It's an annual thing. Like Every single month you do it. And then after that, after they have a great workout with you, they see your bands, they see your clothes, then you let them know that you have a gold, platinum, and silver package of training like this all the time. So you did it for free, but you end up closing people on the back end on like a 6-month subscription or a year-long subscription of working out with you right there after you just did something for free.
For sure.
And you're gonna do it for free regardless. Every month you're gonna keep doing it, and then they're gonna be like, damn, I wanna be a part of it. And that like she ain't get it, and I was like, that's how you really make the money. You do it for free. You show them what the value is of it.
Right.
And then you offer them something that they can't refuse because they like, damn, I need this. But that go for every industry.
Play though. Like my boy Matty J say, rookies get paid on the front end, experts get paid on the back.
On God.
Right.
And that's real.
On God. So that's the thing, man. We gotta start understanding it because like we don't learn. Like in my household, I ain't learned about business. I ain't learned about credit. My parents ain't have good credit. My parents be like when I was going to college, when I had to go to I went to for audio production.
Yeah.
I went to go for audio production. I did the financial aid. My dad took out a loan. I had to pay more money out of pocket. I'm done. I ain't about to pay nothing else. So my dad ain't
real, man.
My dad ain't tell me nothing. He's just like, yeah, whatever, man. Figure it out. Like,
right.
I forgot. I did take out a loan. I'm like, well, you gonna be paid? Nah, hell no. Nah.
You think that shit helps you for to put you in the position where you at today?
Did it help him that he said no?
Yeah.
I think just the course of life helped me because I won't necessarily say because he said no. I think it was just like I went where I was supposed to go to learn what I was supposed to learn.
For sure.
Like even my last job I had.
That's a bar for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling my brother, like I went to the perfect meeting at the jail at the right point in my life to be able to receive the information about credit to go out and use it.
And run the play.
You feel me? Like and you know, if he had said yeah, and pay for school, maybe I'll be focusing more on that. But I still did that to the max level, the music shit. So I won't even say that would have changed it because I think I was just going where I was going at just the right time. And do y'all think about like if y'all got money at a younger age, like when we wanted it, like I wanted to be like an NBA.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I wanted to be a millionaire like as soon as I came out of high school type shit. You ever thought about how y'all life would be if y'all had got money younger? Like would it be better or worse? You see a lot of them players, man, they hitting me up right now for business advice. They done for.
I feel like it'll make my situation worse, honestly. Like, I was just telling my homeboy the other day, we was just talking about fathers, because me and him ain't had no father growing up. And, you know, I had a mentor growing up. I still have a mentor. You know, I just got off the phone with a matter of fact before we jumped on here. Right. But me and him was just talking about fatherhood, and my mentor always tell me a father could be a blessing or a burden to a household. Right. You know what I mean? So, same with the money. Growing up and being coddled all your life and always having the money, you don't appreciate it as more. You know what I'm saying? Like, not having something and then going to have something just feels so much better, bro. So I feel like my situation would be totally different. Like, I ain't have a father. My mom, you know, had me when she was 40 years old. I slept on the couch all my life. I ain't had no bed. I ain't had no TV or nothing until I went away to play college basketball. Dang. It's real talk. I slept on the love seat my whole career, my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Until I went off to college. Like roaches, rats, like the whole nine. Fact. Like, this real talk. Fact. You know what I'm saying? We had one bathtub. We didn't even have a shower. We had a bathtub. Me, my two sisters, my mom and my grandpa used to all share the same bathtub. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Jeezy, like, hit the kitchen like cockroaches everywhere. Facts. That's real talk.
That's how we had that.
That's real talk. Like,
we ain't have hard as you now.
Yeah, but we had that when we was younger for sure.
When we was younger, we definitely was
to keep it a buck with you, like, a lot of people, like, they see me now and they see, you know, the situation I'm in now, they don't see that backstory of all that. You know what I mean?
Don't.
My best friends used to serve my father. What I mean by serve, my father was a crackhead. He was a junkie. So he used to stay over there at the bricks. My closest friends used to go over there and serve him. You know what I'm saying? And I used to see all that. Right. You know, so, but when you live, you know, in the neighborhood I live in, growing up, how I grew up, you think that's the norm. Right. You don't understand that's not the norm until you get older and you look back.
Way older.
And be like, man, what the hell?
Man, you know how much shit passed us.
You know what I'm saying? But these real life stories, like, so it helped me with my situation. You know what I mean? Because when you start at the bottom and all you know is the bottom, when you get to the top, and I'm only like 20% low, and I ain't nowhere yet. But
no, for real.
Where I'm in right now, I'm very grateful. I'm very humble, you know what I'm saying, to be in this position. But honestly, bro, me having money at that age, man, it probably would have worsened my situation.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah, I would have went crazy with the money. I ain't gonna hold you. So I ain't have no idea how to use money, spend money for real. I just, when I get bread, I spend it on what I want to spend it on. And like he said, I was hooping in college. I got what I wanted. He used to work since we was 14, 13, 14. I never worked. So you know what I'm saying? I was in the crib, I was hooping, I was doing whatever I wanted to do. It really ain't matter. He worked.
He was untouchable.
You know what I mean? He did his thing. He always worked through high school, all that. I ain't never worked. I just hooped and did what I wanted. So if I'd have had that money right then and there, I would have splurged crazy.
Right, I mean, even in past the splurge, so that's what happens.
And that's what happened.
Get money, like
no, I'd have splurged crazy. It wouldn't have been no, because I didn't know anything about investments. I didn't know anything about creating any type of revenue for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not on a high scale. So it would have just been slipping through my fingers.
That's what happened.
You get what I'm saying?
No,
I had Shaq on here, and he was like 75%.
Yep.
At all NBA players.
You still think it's still that high to
No, he's saying that right now. He's still affiliated with that side. So Shaq is like 75%. They go broke, and it makes perfect sense. Just imagine if we made it straight out of we didn't do nothing to earn it. We just hooping. We hooping. We have to be athletic. Our knees got to be good. Our body got to be good. And we got a check because of that. Mm-hmm. Now take that away. Take away our ability to go out there and hoop and get a check. So now you have a whole lifestyle built around what you could do when you was hooping.
Yep.
Now my money is going to deplete. So just think, I sit there, I retire. Let's just say I blew out a knee. I'm not even gonna say I did a whole career.
Okay.
I say I blew out a knee, and now I already got my crib. I already been taking care of my peoples. You know what I'm saying? My stuff been being taxed. I got all the cars I want, all of that. All of these stuff are high ticket.
Yeah.
I don't got no way to go out and get another check like that. And that was my way I got money. So now I got to try to learn that after. You ain't trying to, most people not learning during while they in the league. Like, oh yeah, let me go get into investor class. They like, I'm hooping, I ain't tripping. I'm focused on training my body.
Yeah, something usually happens.
So now it's over. And now it's happening.
You got to figure it out.
You got to figure it out with the money that you got left and the bills you got recurring. It's like that. That same lifestyle. And this what happens to athletes and rappers and entertainers, things like that. It'd be worse because they still got to try to put up the front while it's happening, while they going broke. So now you going broke and you put in the front like everything's still Gucci. And that's the worst part you can be in. So you can see why a lot of rappers and
what advice would you give them, the guys in that situation, like the rappers, the athletes that's currently going through that? You know what I mean? So when they done or something happen, well,
my advice is just to get financial literacy, like training courses, get a mentor in business.
For sure.
Like outside of the basketball stuff, get a mentor in business. Mm-hmm. Now I'm not gonna sit here and act like the NBA. It's just like when you hit the lottery, they give you like accountants and they give you advisors.
But it's on you to go.
It's on you to care about it. So it's like we don't care because I'm telling you, especially if when you go to that, why do you think they sign so many rappers when they're young, like 17, 16? When an NBA player, they come out of high school, straight out of college, they never had nothing, give them everything. Mm-hmm. It's a reason because they're kids and they don't know nothing, right? You know what I'm saying? So when you see something happen to them, it's because they went from nothing to something automatically like this, and they gonna think they untouchable. Like my brother, if he would have got money then, he thought he was untouchable. I watched him. He ain't think he had to work. He's a McDonald's All-American nominee. Like, he was the bull. Like,
man.
Yo, like, every Jordans, he was stealing my Jordans, man.
He's talking about some of his.
I see him shit that, my Jordans on the damn newspaper. I was like, dang, his nigga lied to me, say he ain't had my shit, he had them. But that type of time. But you got to think about the mindset of a dude. So us, when we like 17, we just came from a life full of, we ain't had to pay for nothing because we was in school and shit. Our parents was paying for whatever. We running around doing whatever we want. And, my job is to go to school. And then imagine, all right, my next job is to go play basketball.
All right.
So you going to be like, and if I say, all right, cool, now come take this financial literacy training. Y'all going to be like, hell no. So the thing is, we got to start, it starts in the household. It starts with your diet. So the conversation got to be happening more, especially even if you want your kid to go to the league. You got to start talking that business talk to them, that credit talk to them. Because these NBA players, they go into the league, they ain't got no credit, but they still driving Lambos. What that mean they doing?
When you got a profession that depends on your physical abilities, it's best for you to start trying to build a foundation with something else. So your body won't, because at the end of the day, your body is your foundation. Right. And once that breaks, it's over with for you.
Bruh.
You got to think about it from that standpoint rather than, I can hoop, I'm going to hoop forever. Everybody, that's in everybody's head for real. You know what I'm saying?
But they think they make enough.
rappers, entertainers too, because they all are based off of their performance. Right. Is your rap still good? Is your music still good? Sure. You know what I'm saying? And, sure. Yeah, and then your show now, can you go sell shows and all that? Are you gonna always be able to do that? Right. But you gotta understand that might not always be there, because it's an evolution game. It's investing. All that stuff is evolving regardless. You know what I'm saying?
It's mindset. They say poor people, they spend money. Middle class people save money. Rich people invest money. That's just what it is. Like all of them. Like I invest everything. For sure. I go all out. Right. I go all out. Yo, and it keep me hungry. It keep me understand that I gotta keep moving. Even though it's in cash flowing assets, I still invest in all of my liquid cash. So when it comes time for me, like, yo, I don't got that much bread in the bank. I gotta keep moving, keep going harder. But if I don't, I can get relaxed and I can drop the ball and then be, assed out. But I still have the knowledge to go start and do it again. But that's the luxury that I have. Like, I don't play ball, but I ball. You feel me? I ball. I could do what I want. I can build it up. I can lose money and build it back up. I got the confidence to do it. That's why I can spend how I spend.
Because your mindset, bro.
Yeah, it's my mindset and my exposure.
The importance of that mindset, bro. Yeah. And what you feed your mind is everything, bro.
Everything.
Like, I tell people this all the time. Like, just like how you got to eat and you got to feed your stomach. You go to the gym and you hit the weights. You got to do the same with your mind. Exactly. Like, I look at podcasts. I look at interviews. Motivational speaking. I do that every day. Mm-hmm. Morning, noon, and night. Like sitting in the bath while I'm playing in the shower, while I'm hooping, while I'm working out on the side. It's going on my phone like all day, every day. I might just sit in the car and drive around, listen to Steve Harvey, bro, with the windows down.
I owe Steve Harvey a lot. For sure. I owe Steve Harvey a lot, bro. I tell that story all the time. I was listening to him when I was working at the jail. I went to that meeting that I was forced to go to, that I didn't want to go to. I listened to it, learned about credit, talked to a dude, and was like, yo, my credit score 400, man. Like,
what's the biggest thing you took from Steve Harvey, man?
Steve Harvey is just a person who I could receive the message from. Why I say I owe him a lot is just because it's content. He just was dropping the thing like, you never know if you're gonna be able to fly if you don't jump. You never know if you're gonna be able to soar. And my thing was, he was like, if you hate your job, quit it. And I saw that and I was like, I told my people, bro, I swear on my life. My mom was like, I'm sorry to tell you, son, but you dumb as hell. When I quit my government job. So I was like, yo.
Figure it out.
I was like, look, and I ain't have a plan, but I knew about credit now because of this mandatory meeting. Sure. My shit started going up. They started offering me everything. I was able to go out and get, like, this is how raw it is. My brother got me his credit was better than mine. Okay. So he helped me get my first Jeep. Okay. So then I quit and I started driving Uber and I had good credit. So I was able to go get my car $0 down. And now I can return the favor to him. I went and got his car $0 down. Because of that, me being able to do it now. But what happened was I just believed in myself now. So I was like, I listened to Steve Harvey and at the time it was perfect when I heard it. And I said, I'm quitting. So if I never had did that, I would never be here. I would have never started my own business. That was like in 2015. In 2015, I became a full-time entrepreneur all the way until now. And I've been able to run multi-million-dollar businesses. And that's from no experience of business on my own ever. But I had every job though. So my foundation came from 9 to 5s. Right. I learned about systems from 9 to 5s. I learned about payroll. I learned about, management, about, team meetings in the morning, all these important things that make a business be successful. Mm-hmm. I learned about it from work. Yeah. So people, I don't never hate on 9 to 5s. I don't hate on school. I just say that at some point in your life, everybody should have like their own LLC, their own something to leave their kids. You can't leave your profession. I don't care if you're a doctor, dentist, you can't pass it down to your kids. They got to go back to school and do it too. Now you can leave a damn practice for their ass. Right. You can leave a business. Start, just educating yourself on stuff that's past what you know. That's the thing about us. Like, we be so content with what we already know. We be like, oh, yeah, I already know it all. Nah, you should constantly be trying to get somewhere where you the dumbest motherfucker in the room.
No, for sure.
Like, that's our, I hate, when I meet a know-it-all nigga, like, we be in a room like this, we might be talking, and it'll be a nigga like, oh, yeah, I already know. Like, I already know. I hate, when a nigga tell me I already know, I don't even want to give more information. So he gonna miss out on too many bars.
I tell everybody, you gotta be a student of the game.
Bro, what?
I was just talking to one of my mentors, man, Chef Leonard. He's been the head cook at Bones, the head chef at Bones for 20 plus years. He's been over there like 26 years. Yeah. And he was like, man, JV, I'm steady learning. And I'm like, man, you've been doing this for 26 plus years and you telling me you steady learning? Like, it's just real. Like, being a student of the game is for real.
That's what I say. If your mentor don't got a mentor, you're both students.
And like how you said, in the room, when I'm like the most know-it-all in the room, I feel like, man, I got to get out this room. I got to find a room where I'm looking for everybody else. So they be like, man, hey, I'm trying to learn from y'all.
Man, I be in there, bro. It don't matter where it is. Like, it can be a conference, it can be a mastermind, it can be just a network event, it can be just making sure I'm hanging out at the places where high level people hang out. We all know the places where the most expensive hotel in the city, if it's St. Regis, if it's whatever, go there and just go to the bar. You know what I mean? Put yourself in a position to win. You know, start taking first class, start getting suites instead, and see how people treat you, and see the type of opportunities that come to you by doing it. People don't understand that when you put that type of energy out, like yo, like this. I told everybody, all my students, the first thing I tell my mentees, take an Uber Black. You only ride Uber Black from now on. They like, why? You gonna see the difference the way the driver treats you, how the car look.
It's crazy.
They got a charge.
Steve Harvey said the same thing.
They'll wait for you 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
His interview talking about, hey, sit in first class one time. I promise you, the next time you're not gonna want to go anywhere but first class. Next time you fly.
They gonna feed you. They gonna feed you every time you get in the plane. They gonna give you unlimited snacks, unlimited drinks. When you were back in economy seats, they give you they full price twice. You're lucky to get some crackers. But they feed you every time you step on a first class flight. They treat you better. They acknowledge you when you got like if you are part of the rewards, like if you Delta, Sky Miles, a medallion, whatever, they're gonna acknowledge you. They're gonna say thank you. They're gonna give you certain things. They're gonna make sure you feel like you're supposed to be feeling. And that makes you operate better. Like, people don't understand that happens in poverty too. Like, when they say oppressed people are less productive because they're told no so much, they're abused a lot, their belief system isn't that high because they're oppressed, right? But when you go into a place where people treat you good, celebrate you, you're more vibrant, you're more acceptable to new things, and you do more. So that's why I get in those type of environments. And when I'm around negative energy, I just remove myself.
Yeah, because you just creating your own norms.
That's
and
it.
we are, at the end of the day, we are what we experience.
No, for sure.
And we gonna want what we experience.
It's exposure.
So when you expose yourself to all these different things, now you're gonna want it. You're gonna yearn for that. You're gonna figure out ways to get to that. You know what I mean? That's like if you always had $1 million. You know what I mean? That million keep going away. You're gonna find your way back to that million. If you made that million, you get what I'm saying?
That's your default.
That's your default place. You know what I mean? That's your tone. That's your normality.
The same thing is for broke. If your
Yeah,
default is
broke people experience
for
when you continuously experiencing being broke, being poor. That's your normality.
Yeah.
It becomes so normal to people that they don't even feel it no more.
But people who default is broke, they more comfortable broke. That's where you hear those terms like that money burned a hole in my pocket. It's because you feel uncomfortable with too much money, so you want to go back to what you're more comfortable at, which is broke. So you'll see people who go back to their default, but you just got to switch what your default is. So you got to hang around people, like you said, get your diet right. It's crazy, bro. But it's also exposure. Exposure, I want to tell y'all that's the most important thing. Exposing yourself to something. Just think about things that you eat, things that you're watching on TV. Why are you watching it? You was exposed to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so how are you going to be a multi-millionaire if you was never exposed to that? Just think about that one point. You don't got to take it no deeper. I want to be a multi-millionaire. Have you ever been exposed to one? No. How the hell you going to be one? You never even seen it. You never talked to them. Like, dudes, like, before I got a Rolls Royce, I had to go sit in that joint. Right. I sat in that joint, I became the type of person who could get a Rolls Royce.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
I was just telling my boy Tony, man, my other guy, he just showed me his account. Mm-hmm. Logged into his Bank of America, no fluff, 15 M's. Mm-hmm. I said, man, and his savings, he said, JB, this ain't none of my businesses. This ain't even my checking account. This is my savings.
Big bars.
And he just put 17 million in some investments.
Right.
But he just showed me that. I'm like, I told Tony, I said, Tony, man, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I thought I was doing something. Right. That let me know, like, hey, JB, you got to step it up. But like I was just saying, being exposed. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And that motivated me to a whole nother notch. You know, when I logged in my account, see them 6 figures, almost 7, everybody looking like, I feel like I'm doing something. But when he showed me, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Double-digit M's, it's like, man, you got to pick it up, JV.
That's
you know what I'm saying? He only a couple years older than me.
And he don't even know what that did for you. And then you knowing it because you hip to it right now, but you won't even understand what he just did for you until you get to where he at. And then you're going to get into another room and somebody going to be like, damn. I remember the first time I walked into a room with these dudes and they had like 500 million in trading accounts.
Man, levels.
Them boys said, that's what we said, welcome to the top floor. I said, man, that's in this trading account. What do you got in this regular bank? You know what I'm saying? You know it's more, but if I wasn't exposed to it, I would have never felt like it was even possible. It's people who look like me and you who got millions like that. It's people who, like me and you, daily, like my whole friend group, like that for their wives, they get them Lamborghinis. Like that's That's a gift for them. They getting private jets with my boy Zoto Goat got his wife, all her family come down, be in the PJ, surprise him in the PJ, flew around the air for a couple hours eating dinner. Came down, got her a new Lambo. Took her to another lot. Had Beyonce band out there with a Wraith. So now she got a Lambo and a Wraith and like yo, this is that's what I'm exposed to now. So now I'm like, so before if somebody said you could just get your girl some shit like that, I would never think that was possible.
But now you've seen it. Now
I've seen it, and I know it's factually true. And now I feel like I am capable of this. This is a dude from like where I'm from, humble beginnings, who literally created a way out of nowhere. I can do it too. Then
for sure,
I was exposed to it. So with that being said, I know we're going long-winded. This shit can go all day, but sure. I know y'all got stuff that's cooking up, and I want to make sure that people can get in touch with y'all. Run Plays with Me. I know you just got a course that you just dropped.
Yes, indeed.
And tell us what it's about, and then I want you to tell them where they can find it and how they can find you.
Yes, indeed. My course is called Operations with Me. This is going to go over your whole operations. It's generalized for all businesses, but of course, I run a luxury rental car business, and there's going to be a lot of examples from that you can use to get your business in order so it can run smoothly like you want it to. You can find me on Run Plays with Me on Instagram, and of course in my bio you can find my course. Check it out.
And we'll drop the link definitely 100% underneath this video. And JB, what you got cooking up, bro?
So I got a restaurant course. It's called The Secret Sauce. It's a 9-chapter curriculum. Man, we talk about many things from the 3 L's: landlords, leases, locations, the double R's, recruitment, retention. I talk to you about how to get the lease, how to get the space, what you do when you get in the space, how to operate, from permits to finding your right contractor, to all the things that you just can't Google, you can't YouTube. Some way you could just come tap in with me, hit the DM, JV CEO, and we'll go from there.
No doubt. All right, cool. And I'm going to make y'all both drop a bar too. So give us a play that they can take today from watching this episode, go run it, and then get some money in their bank account or level up in some way or some fashion.
All right, so I'm all about being able to calculate all of your expenses and all it so you can understand where your profits are coming from. A lot of times we get out here, we just making money. We don't even care where it's coming from. So we need to start being able to calculate our expenses. One way you can do that, especially if you do have a rental car company, you can get the A to B fuel card. It's gonna let you calculate all the expenses that you're using on fuel each month, and that's for all your cars. And that can be in one place, so you can have it right there for you, so you can understand.
So an A to B fuel card, how do they get it? Where do they get it from?
They go to a2b.com, and they go in there and apply. All you need is your EIN number, but you got to have your LLC set up to get that. So make sure you got all that in order.
Bars.
For sure.
So JV, give me one play that they can take today.
One play. So I was just telling y'all how y'all could tap in, get the leases, locations, and things to that nature. A lot of people always ask me, like, man, JV, I want to open up X, Y, and Z. I don't even know where I could go find these places at. Well, I'm going to give y'all an unwritten bar that a lot of people don't know about. You go to loopnet.com, LOOP net.com, loopnet.com. You could type in your location, whether you're in Atlanta, Houston, Chicago, and you're just going to pop up spaces for retail, spaces for leases, places you could buy, and it's going to tell you the price, where you can find it at. I suggest you go look it up and then run the play.
So that's where y'all go find y'all lease places.
For sure.
Hey, look. So where can they pull up on one of your restaurants? Because you got one of the hottest restaurants, and I want everybody to know where your joint is in the city. So
2425 Piedmont Road, right across the street from Gold Room. It's in a plaza. It's called the Boiler Seafood. You're gonna see a big old crab right there. We're the only black seafood restaurant in Buckhead, really in Atlanta, I would say, but in Buckhead, and we're doing great things over there. So I got 2 more other spots that's coming in Midtown, right over by the Sugar Factory, STK area. So y'all gonna stay tuned to those. It's a cigar bar and it's an Asian fusion restaurant right next door to each other. So
okay, that's no fluff with the boy Pushman Mitch, man. I got JV and the boy Run Plays with Me. We up out of here. Y'all know what it is, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the vibe. If you didn't, you lame it up.